welcome back. I am Shayna Stone with Ladies in Film and Television, and we are in day 2 of interviews. So today we'll be interviewing some cast members and the crew from Sea Blues. Yesterday was phenomenal, and today is going to be even better. I am so excited. I'm going to let you know who we'll have on the show today, who we'll be interviewing. We're going to be having Monique Swanson, Anitra Robinson, Alice Williams, Karen Cumby, and Jayden Greenwood, also Freedom Smith. So it's going to be an amazing day. Tons of information and entertainment from the cast and crew of Sea Blues. So I am so excited to have you here today. And we're going to be interviewing the writers, the actors, just everyone from every facet of the project. And we're just waiting for our first guest, Monique Swanson. Whenever she's here, we'll go ahead and get started. Thank you so much for watching. So while we're waiting, just want to I'm going to go over a few announcements. On June the 12th, Ladies in Film and Television will be hosting a meet and greet. You know, it's been some time since we've been able to see each other. For some of us, it's been over a year. So we're excited to hold this meet and greet on June the 12th in Arlington, Texas. We're going to have lots of fun. And just so you know, there's going to be more interviews that night. So I'll be interviewing live. I'll be interviewing members from the cast of Sea Blues. I'll be interviewing our CEO and other members of Ladies in Film and Television. And that's going to be on June the 12th. So we're really looking forward to that on the 12th. And then there'll be an after party as well. So if you haven't gotten your tickets for the after party, I believe that there are still tickets available on that. You can go to our website to get more information on that, and or on our Instagram and Facebook. So if you want to join us for the after party, you're more than welcome to do that. The event prior to that is for members only, so that is exclusive to our members. The actual meet and greet, but if you want to come and hang out and network and with us afterwards, you're more than welcome to do that. So I'm really excited to to let you guys know about that. That's really, really exciting. And Sea Blues, yesterday's interviews. Let's just do a brief recap on who we interviewed yesterday. We got to interview our CEO, Miss Jeanette Greenwood, who is a phenomenal writer, director, and ultimately the CEO of Ladies in Film and Television. It was such an honor and pleasure just to speak with her and pick her brain. I think that she's a mastermind at what she does. She's absolutely amazing. Also got to interview Miss Kenya Brown. That was also another phenomenal interview. Looking forward to seeing her in the upcoming seasons of Sea Blues, and really looking forward to seeing what she has coming up next. Lanita Bryant, amazing. She plays one of my favorite characters, Nurse Cassie. So it was really, really exciting to interview her. So shout out to Miss Lanita Bryant. It was an awesome interview, and also looking forward to seeing her, in other projects in the near future. Oh my goodness. This baby right here, Miss Calissa and Gia, yesterday. Phenomenal. She has such a bright future ahead of her. She is an amazing actress. I believe at the age of 9, second grade. So, she did an amazing job. Well, I am not going to hold you a little longer. We're going to do things a little bit different. We're going to switch up the schedule. It looks like we're going to be interviewing Jayden Greenwood, and I'm really excited to interview him. He played the character of Montreal in Sea Blues. So in just a few moments, we're going to have Jayden Greenwood on the screen. So yeah, yesterday's interviews were spectacular. Simone Haynes. She was one of the production assistants, more like AD. You know, she really gave us insight and the scoop on how things go behind the scene. I find her to be absolutely spectacular. She was full of knowledge, gave us a lot of insight on what it takes to have a production run smoothly. So she was telling us about the organizational skills that were needed and how, you know, if you've never been a PA and you're interested in doing production work, how you should just go forward and try and see how it works. So it was really awesome to get insight from her from a perspective, you know, from behind the scenes. So I just thought that was spectacular. So we're going to go ahead and get started with today's show. And I'm going to introduce to you Jayden Greenwood.
Hello.
Hi, Jayden. How are you today?
I'm doing good.
That's good. Welcome to the show. My name is Shayna Stone. I'm so excited to meet you. I had the privilege of watching you on Sea Blues, and your character is Montreal. So let me just see here. I got a bio on you. I'm going to read a little bit about some of your accomplishments. So, Jayden, where are you from?
I'm from Fort Worth.
That's awesome. Fort Worth, Texas in the house. So Jayden, other than acting, it looks like you also hold the title as a DJ. So DJ Roro, you have your own radio show, you're a host, you're an actor, and you're an entrepreneur. And you're doing all that at the age of
14.
Wow, that's a lot of titles. So that is a lot. If you want to tell me more about yourself, go right ahead. Looks like you've been acting for quite some time, since you were 4.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's been fun, you know, acting. It helps with, you know, a lot of stuff outside just acting.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. So it says that you're also a part of Destiny Squad radio show. Tell me about that.
Yes, ma'am. We're currently like on status right now. We're not currently doing the show right now, but when we were, it was fun. You know, we went in at Fishbowl Radio. We went in, you know, we all had our own little subject that we got to talk about on the radio show.
Wow, that's pretty exciting. So you get to have a specific subject. Do you get to choose, or you just go on whatever the topic is for that day? You discuss it.
You get to choose. So like days ahead, you have to already have something planned out. So I had to do like community events and etc. So I just had to like go days before or on that day, look up some events that were happening and just shout them out on the show.
Wow, that's really, really exciting. So tell me this. What season are you in on Sea Blues?
What season?
Yes. What season is your character in?
This is season 3, right? This is 3? Or this is 4. Yeah,
so
3.
Did you start off though in season 1 as well?
No, ma'am. This is actually my first season with the show.
Okay. All right. And you know, tell me what was filming like? So you filmed this series. Let me get this right, because I think this is pretty much for everybody. You filmed from home.
Yes, ma'am.
What was that like?
It was different for sure, because you know we couldn't be face to face. I was kind of nervous at first because I didn't like, you know, it's over the internet and everything. But my grandma recorded me, and you know, it was actually pretty fun getting to know everybody in the cast on the show too. So it was a new experience for me.
Yeah, I can understand that. You know, trying to film from home, it's like, okay, I'm used to other people doing this stuff for me. I gotta, you know, make sure my lighting is right. I gotta make sure my frame is right. I gotta do this and do that. It's like, you know, it's fun, but it's a lot of work. Sometimes, like, when I'm filming from home or working from home, I take other people for granted because you usually have other people do the stuff.
Yeah,
and you got to do it all right. You know. So, is there anything about filming from home that you liked at like the most? Is there, what aspect of it did you like the most?
So we would have these meetings, right, where we were rehearsals. We had
Mhm.
rehearsals, and those were great. We got to like talk with each other, give each other pointers. So I like that a lot. Everybody was really nice.
That's good. Is there anything that you didn't like about filming from home?
Um, no, I mean everything was great, really, to me.
That's good. That's good. That's good. So let's talk about Sea Blues and all of the characters. So you played an amazing character, Montreal.
Yes, ma'am.
Other than yourself, who was your favorite character and why?
Let me think. There's a lot of great characters in the show, but the grandma, like, yeah, the grandma.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
I
She
like
was,
her.
it was really funny, really witty. She kind
Yes,
of put me in mind of like the lady that used to live across the street. It's like I was talking on other interviews. There's always a character that reminds me of someone, whether it's someone in my family, a next door neighbor, a sister or brother, or even a son. Like
yes,
your character. I'm like, okay, I have a son, and everybody's character was relatable, and there's always someone that you can relate to. It was
yeah,
just
yes,
very
ma'am.
relatable. Very. So with that being said, how easy was it easy for Jayden to transform into his character Montreal? Was that an easy transition for you? Were there parts of Montreal that were relatable?
Yes, ma'am. The character itself was very relatable to me. It was because you know, like everything, like the traits and everything, even
Mm-hmm.
some of the things that he said, I would say in real life. So it was a pretty easy transition.
That's good. Very good. So there were parts of Montreal that were relatable. So when it came to rehearsing and getting into character, that was a pretty easy transition for you. Okay. Very, very good. Um, so without giving away season two, because I haven't seen season two yet, they only gave me a sneak peek. I've seen season one. What do you think the audience, what message do you think the audience is going to get, from the season overall? Without giving away, what happens, is there a core message? Like, I'll give you an example. It may be like about family coming together. Is it about unity? Is it about love? Trying to find that core underlying tone or message, if anything comes to mind.
Well, there is a lot of drama, but it is about unity, like you said. It is about unity in some aspects, but there is a lot of drama. It's a fun season.
Yeah, a lot of drama. So yeah, in right now it's a lot of drama. That's something that goes
Yeah.
on in everyday life and everyone's family. So I do understand that. So we're gonna go back a little bit, just a little bit more about you. How long have you been acting?
Since I was 4, and that's a long time.
That's a long time. So that 10 years,
Yeah, 10
if I'm
years,
adding
man.
up correctly, right?
Yes, ma'am.
That's about 10 years. I think we could consider you a veteran in the game. Would that be a fair statement?
Yes, ma'am. I mean, I still have a lot of things to work on, but I've been here for a long time.
You've been in this game for a long time. So what else do you have going on? So you got Sea Blues under your belt, right?
Mm-hmm.
What
Uh,
else? What's next?
I'm a DJ. I go by DJ Roro.
Row. Okay.
Last Sunday, I had a gig. I met with Dr. Jared. He's running for city council,
Okay.
and he helped me. He helps me out a lot. Actually, he promoted my business at his event, and he talked about how he's going to help the community a lot and stuff.
Wow. So that's really good. So 14, did you just finish? What grade? So you're done with school, right? Or is the last day of school? What
I'm
is it?
done with school, man.
Done with school. What grade are we going to?
Ninth grade, high school.
Ninth high school. That's awesome. Do you get to use any of your creative endeavors in school? So are you in any theater classes or any performing arts? How often do you get to bring that element of creativity to school?
Well, I'm in art, so I
That's
get
good.
I get to paint I remember I sometimes like sketch my logo out, my DJ logo.
Wow.
So yeah, that helps me a lot in school, you know.
That's really good. So you get to do, you know, some of your creative endeavors. Are you looking forward to going to school in person now? From what I understand, there are certain school districts in the state of Texas that will be returning to school in person next school year. Is that something you're looking forward to, or would you prefer to stay home?
I would prefer to be in person. In person. Oh, so yes, I am looking forward to next year being in person. I miss my friends a lot, you know, being one of the kids that are online. It's not very fun.
Yeah, you know, at least you're being honest. I totally agree. You know, it's just not it's not the best.
Yeah.
So I'm excited if you're excited. You want to go back in person? I want you to go back in person because it's important to you and your livelihood. And it's just important to have that human interaction, you know, with each other. So,
Yeah.
yeah, you know, so like, I hope that even when it comes to filming, when you come back for the next season, that you get to do, you know, and be with the actors as you know, Texas continues to open up. It seems like that may be something that will happen in the near, you know, future. So that will also be great. So I'm just looking here. I said, I think we have your Instagram. We want to know how we can contact you. It looks like we have your Instagram at Destiny underscore DJ row underscore row. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to go and check out Jayden Greenwood's page, he is an actor, radio talk show host, DJ, kidpreneur, lacrosse player. Oh, we got to talk about that. I did not catch that. And it says follow him on Instagram at Destiny underscore squad DJ underscore row. I'm sorry, row underscore row. So I did not have that on my bio. You are a lacrosse player. Tell me about lacrosse and how lacrosse has been for you.
It's been fun. It's a very physical sport, but I picked it up fast. And when we had our first game, it was fun. You know, being out there on the field, you have to run around a lot, so you have to have like a lot of cardio and stamina to play
Mm-hmm.
that sport. But yeah, it's very physical. Like I said, I almost scored my first game, but I fell on the ground, unfortunately.
Oh no. Did you get hurt?
Oh, for a little bit I was, but then after a little bit I was ready to go back in. But yeah, at the
Okay.
time, the first one it happened, it did hurt.
Okay. Well, you know what they say. You fall down as long as you get back up and try again. You know, if you don't
Yes,
succeed
ma'am.
the first time, dust yourself off and try again, right?
Yes,
Right?
ma'am.
All right. Well, Jada, it was such a pleasure interviewing you today. I am just so excited to see more of you in the upcoming seasons and on Sea Blues. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your schedule to interview with me today. Please follow Jayden on Instagram at Destiny underscore squad underscore DJ underscore row. Thank you, Jayden. Have a great day.
Okay, thank you for interviewing me.
Anytime. Awesome. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jayden Greenwood. What an amazing interview. He plays the character Montreal on Sea Blues. That was an amazing interview. So excited to be here today. If you're just tuning in, we are on day 2 of interviews with the cast and crew of Sea Blues. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm your host, Shayna Stone. And I am just so excited. I think we got another amazing, talented actor in the building today. And I am just excited. I am beyond excited for this one. And I'm just excited for all the interviews, to be quite honest. But this one, yeah, this is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So thank you so much for watching. We are on day 2 of interviews with the cast and crew of Sea Blues. Ladies and gentlemen, this dynamic talent really don't need an introduction, but we're going to give her one anyway. We're going to be introducing Anitra Robinson, who plays the one and only Mother Hattie Mae. I am so excited for this interview. Hello.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Hi. How are you? Welcome to the show. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes,
okay.
I can hear you. I'm ready. I had to pull up my chair for this one. Let me make sure I got the bio ready. All right. So your real name is Anitra Robinson. Is that correct?
Yes, you got that.
All right. Just
yes.
want to make sure I got that right. You've been married for 25 years. You have 2 children. And your character, who is dynamic, is actually based off your mother, who you lost in 2013. So can you tell us more about that?
My mom, I love her. She never was like, you say, outspoken, but when she says something, she means it, and then she don't say it anymore. But at the same time, she can say something to you and you can be laughing about it, but then when you really think about what she said, did you just call me dumb? And it's just, she just look at you and give you this smirk on her face, and then just drop her head because she's like, I got you. But I wanted to do something before she passed, a character um, that I thought would fit her. And so she got to see me play it, do the role in some plays before she passed, and she loved it because I asked her, is there anything I need to change or anything? And she said, no. So that's how
Wow.
I carry her with me.
Yes, absolutely. So I just want to read a little bit more of your bio. So in addition to Mother Hattie Mae, who is your character and who you play on C Blues, you have a background in radio, WCGL radio. Um, and you also have a theatrical background as well, radio co-host, and you also, in stage plays, multiple awards here. You amazing accomplishments, Rhythm of the Gospel Award. I'm sorry. Wow. Co-writer, actor. Okay, stage plays, Breaking the Chains. Where are you joining us from today? So tell me, where are you in the world?
I'm in Jacksonville, Florida.
Jacksonville, Florida is in the house. When
Yes.
Jacksonville comes to mind, let me think. What's the guy? I'm living my best life. What's his name? Roosevelt. That's all I think of.
Yes.
All right. I think, okay, Jacksonville in the building. Okay. So we all know that you play Hattie Mae. What an amazing character. What season is Hattie Mae in? And did you start in season 1?
Yes.
Okay, season 1. What was it like? I'm asking everybody this because I just want to know everybody's experience. What was it like filming from home or filming virtually?
Actually, it was different. It was really different. It's like talking to myself. But you
Right.
the vision that you have to have, when we rehearse, and then when you get to I have this special chair. I go to my aunt's house, and she has this chair, and it's like a Medea chair. It's one of those chairs, and that's where I film from. And so one thing about it is that I can be hard on myself if it's not like I wanted, because I have so many takes. I'm like, no, I don't like that one, and and I'm just there pushing the delete button. I don't like it, but it's fun because I get to see other people in their surrounding, in their area. So I really love it. I enjoy it.
Yeah, you bring up how when we're filming at home and how we delete. I think that sometimes also we become our worst critics because we'll sit and delete take after take when they're really not that bad. So, sometimes you have someone else look at it like, no, this is good. Don't delete that take.
Right.
Because we become so critical of ourselves and we're not used to being the one that, will scrutinize, and we tend to overdo it. So that's definitely something that's understandable. Is there anything that you did like about working from home, with the film? Is there anything that really stood out the most? Did you like that it was quiet? Did you like that, you could delete multiple takes if you wanted to?
I think that's the best part right there. That's the best part. I can delete without nobody seeing it.
Exactly.
So I can mess up on my own, and there's nobody there to see.
Don't nobody know how many takes
like,
it took
and I can say, I did that in one take. Like 55.
Somebody said, you did I did that in one take.
Yeah.
No, we did 27, right?
Yeah.
What is there anything? I know probably the least thing I think you touched on it. The least thing you liked about it was probably just not being around other people and being able to get the chemistry, with your other characters. Sometimes when you're in the same room as an actor, you've done theater, you pick up that chemistry that's not spoken, and sometimes it's hard to get that when you're not in the vicinity of your co-star.
Right. It's that family feeling,
you feel
me
I,
all the time with them. You become one, you become family. So it's kind of different, but at the same time, we're still family, even though it's virtual, because we still get along with everybody and have a good time.
Yes, absolutely. So other than your character, who is dynamic? Can you tell me who your favorite character is and why?
Actually, there is Matthew Senior. He's because he's just all over the place.
Woo!
She's gonna get me for this because I can't remember, but her name is Lucretia, and I forgot who she plays. But she did a scene. I think it was in the first season, and when she cried, I mean, I had tissue. I mean, it's just learning from her and looking at how she can just turn something, from laughter to just quick, just like that, and start crying. And you really think this really happened, and it's like, oh my God, so those two. And of course, I do have to put my best friend in there, Gertie, the other grandma.
Yay, yes. So amazing. So, we're gearing up for season 2. I haven't seen season 2. I've only seen season 1, and really, really excited. What do you think that the audience is going to, take away without giving it away? Is there a core theme? Is there an underlying energy or message from, season 2 that you feel that the audience would, take away?
Being in this pandemic, I believe they should take away that family is everything.
Yeah. It's just really about family and unity. And, I'm going to ask you a question about that, since we're talking about the pandemic and how we really. Oh,
okay. I can hear you now.
Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Okay, I can't see you, but I'm gonna. I don't know what happened. I think I had a call coming in. I thought I had my phone on do not disturb, but my question is, in regards to the pandemic and how we had a lot of time to sit with self. Did you learn anything new about you and like your self-expression? Like for me, I had to sit with myself, and I realized that I wanted to get back in broadcasting. I haven't been in a hosting position in over 20 years, but the pandemic gave me the courage to just get out there and try again, because our lives kind of hang in the balance. I don't mean to say that, but that's something you have to. What is it going to hurt for you to try again? Right. You know what I'm saying? Like within this pandemic, many of us have reached our lowest low. So it gave me the courage to express myself and to try again. Is there anything that you can think of during the pandemic that where you shifted and encouraged or pushed you in a positive direction?
I had time, as you say, time to myself to just think, okay, you're kind of like in a box. And what I mean by that is because you couldn't go out and enjoy yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You had no distractions. So for me, I had no excuse not to do what I need to do, what I wanted to do. So if I had to work from home, so I was just like working from home. So I'm like, after I get off from work, I just discipline myself and say, I'm gonna take an hour of each day, if not more, and check off one of the goals that I want to do, whether it was to write a play, um, go into how I was going to do my LLC and start my business, and with Mother Hattie Mae going out and stuff, and just writing, just my
Wow.
vision. And so now that the world is opening up, I'm more equipped of what I want to do and how to go about it, doing it.
Yeah. I think that's amazing because during the pandemic, so many people were able to do what you did and do what I did. And it's almost like a reset or a rebirth. You were able to regroup and re-strategize because many of us, like you say, work from home. And us that are creative that maybe, have walked away from it or just didn't have the time to continue to express that creativity, we were given a second chance, and we're all out here. So I just find it amazing how you all came together. When I watched the first season, I was in awe with how it perfectly meshed, and it was a cohesive story, and there was so many parts of it and so many characters that were so relatable. Regardless, like I say this all the time, there was somebody that reminded me of my grandma. There's somebody remind me of my neighbor across the street.
Yeah.
Every character was so relatable, and there was something that each, regardless of your age, your race, demographic, socioeconomic class, there was something everybody could draw from. And I just found that to be so amazing. So and then like with you, how long does it take you to get into the character? So I know that your character is based off mom, but do you have to like look at a picture of her? Do you listen to music, or she's just the essence? She's in you. It's just a part of you.
I'm gonna show you. Hold on for a minute.
All right.
Well, now that didn't take too long, did it?
No, ma'am. It
No,
surely
okay
did
then.
not.
Yes, indeed. How you doing?
I'm fine, Miss Hattie Mae. How are
Yeah.
you?
Oh, I'm doing lovely. You just as cute as you want to be.
Well, thank you. I surely was not expecting this interview
Oh,
today.
yeah.
Well, you are here, honey.
Yes, yes. And to answer that question, I answer it for. It don't take
Okay.
no time. As soon as I put on this wig, it's a done deal.
It's
Because
a
I
done
just
deal.
I just feel it all over. She's just all in my sprite.
Miss Hattie Mae in the flesh, ladies and gentlemen. If you are just tuning in, we got Hattie Mae in the building, up close and personal. Yes, 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 yes. So tell me, Miss Hattie Mae, I'm looking forward to seeing you season 2. Can you just give me anything you want to tell me a little? Can I get a sneak peek of what to expect from you? I mean, I'm just in awe. I did not expect to see you today. I cannot wait.
Yes, indeed. Well, I speak my mind, but me and Gertie, we go at it all the time. Yes, we do. So you will be expecting that. But it's just when you have friends and you love them, just like your family, even though they don't want to say or don't want to hear what you got to say, but you say it anyway. So yeah, sometimes I don't say it right, or I say the wrong thing, but you'll get the point.
All right, Oh my gosh.
And I love all my peoples that I'm sharing this with through virtually. I just love them. I just can't wait to see them all one day, but we can all just be together.
Yes, absolutely. Well, Miss Hattie Mae, what a pleasure. What a surprise. I am just excited to have you here and to see you today. And it looks like Miss Mother Hattie Mae got an Instagram, y'all. Okay, so
Oh
be
yes.
sure to follow Mother Hattie Mae on Instagram at mother_Hattie Mae. That's MAY with an E on
Yes.
Instagram. Once again, we got their Instagram at mother_Hattie_May, MAYE
Yes.
on Instagram. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. I
Thank you
cannot
for having
believe
me.
this.
Thank you for having
What a
us.
pleasure.
All
Thank
right.
you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now. Oh my God. What an amazing interview. I am in awe. I got a surprise. I can go home now. Hattie Maiden showed up, y'all. This is just amazing. Amazing. What an amazing interview we had. Anitra Robinson and Hattie Mae on the same interview. I am just in awe. I cannot believe what just happened. That is just so amazing. So amazing. So amazing. I'm just in awe. Just in awe. So if you're just tuning in, my name is Shayna Stone, and we're here with Ladies in Film and Television, and we are interviewing the cast and crew of Sea Blues today. This is day 2 of our interviews. And we just had a phenomenal interview. And yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just reading. Okay. So we're going to be playing it looks like we're going to play the trailer of season 1 here in just a minute. So while we're waiting for our next guest, we're going to show you guys a clip or a trailer, I believe is coming up, of season 1. So
Why are you calling from a different number?
Mama, what you and Miss Gertie fighting about now?
Mom, I have to pee, and quit leaving your door unlocked.
all right, I believe we are back. Thank you so much. If you're just joining us, I am Shayna Stone with Ladies in Film and Television, and we are in day 2 of our interviews with the cast and crew of Sea Blues. And I am so excited to introduce Miss Monique Swanson. She will be coming to the show. We have Monique Swanson in the building. I am so excited for this interview. Hello. How are you?
Frazzled. How are you?
Oh no, I'm doing okay. I'm excited to be here with you today. I'll tell you that
Well,
much.
cool. Yay, me as well.
Well, thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have Monique Swanson in the building today. She is a creative performer. It looks like you have cultivated decades of experience in multiple areas of the industry. You are a writer, a director, And you also do voiceover work and modeling, DJing, and you also have credits in film and television, corporate training videos. So you do it all.
I do it all. I was doing it before I knew it was a thing. I mean, I've been acting and performing since the first thing I did was I was with my dad. We were going back from New York on a plane, and I was 2 years old. And that was actually my first plane trip. He came out and brought me along. Sorry, back then. But anyway, to get on the plane, back then, it wasn't the dangers that it is now. So I went to the restroom. I'm like, I'm a big girl. I can do this by myself. He waited. Where is she? And he finally went and looked for me, and it was by a naval base. It was in Plattsburgh, New York. And so he saw this circle of sailors. He looks, and there I am in the middle, just talking and telling stories. So it's just part of me, whether it was in the industry, or not. It's just always been a part of me. So.
Monique, do you have more than one device? I'm getting a little feedback on my end. If you could turn the volume down on one and
this is my
on the other, we may be okay.
I'm sorry. So I tried to get it on my phone and it didn't work.
Oh yeah, I had the same issues yesterday. If it doesn't work, what I'll do is just ask one of our technical directors to mute me while you're speaking, and that may reduce the feedback.
Okay. Does that work any better? Is that working better?
Yes.
Okay. I'm so sorry. This COVID thing has brought other stressors, like how to work the video cams.
Yeah, I'm not good at it. Mercury is in retrograde.
That's the problem. Blame somebody.
Right. I need somebody to blame. So Monique, I know who your character is, and she is dynamic. Can you tell us who you play and what season you're in?
Yes, I'm actually in both seasons, and I'm Dr. Morgandale, Gina, but used to be Bethany. That was revealed in the first season, so no, I'm not giving anything away by that. As far as the type of character she is, Jeanette did a great job with starting out and laying the foundation. And then through our self-recordings, we had to kind of bring a little more essence to who that character was. And then if it wasn't exactly what they pictured, they'd let us know. So I appreciate that. And from what I've melded her into based on what they did, she's pretty strong, but it's more of a defense mechanism, and I think that's true of all of us. I think everything we do is either based on fear or love. And so her fear is shown outwardly by an authoritative position. She doesn't really have time for emotions. She shields them off, and when they do seep in, like with last season, we saw how Edmund actually is her past husband. So she's got heartache over that. And of course, this comes at the time of COVID when, for her, luckily there's a distraction, but now it started to eat at her. And so you're seeing that more so, I think, in the second season. You began to see, the personality start to come out, that she is human, even though she made that comment, I think, in the first episode that, yes, I'm human, I'm scared too. She can't show that. But when emotions are so strong, you can't hide them. And they're going to start showing to the surface. And so that's for me, one of the best things or the most rewarding things about this season is that I get to explore that even more so. And y'all have to tune in and find out why that is. But whenever you get to add more dynamic to a character, I think that's always more fun.
What's so funny? I'm so glad you brought that up, because I was immediately drawn to your character because you were playing a doctor, and we know the position, some of them that I know, the detachment from emotions, and you really put me in the mind. I'm a Grey's fan, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if you remember Meredith Grey's mother.
Yes. Oh, yes.
And
somewhat.
I said, she reminds me of Dr. Gray. Dr. Gray. Not Meredith, but her mama.
Yeah.
I'll
have to retune in, but yeah.
And I could see those layers, building up in the depth of the character. So I'm so excited to see you in upcoming seasons, because I don't know if it's just, your expertise as an actress or that theatrical background, but I can see the layers of, Dr. Morgandale, those hidden things, and it just really draws you in. And even I'm not trying to, say that doctors aren't emotional, because I'm sure
Right.
they are, because some doctors that are on the are
Right.
part of ladies in film and television, but sometimes, they're in their analytical or scientific brain, and
They have to
I saw
be.
that, in the
Right.
character.
Right. I mean, there's two shows on right now, The Good Doctor and The Resident, and there's so many parallels. And I'm like, do you have the same writers because you're tackling the same subjects? But you just see that how these doctors have to be. They have to put that facade on to stay
Yeah.
safe, And if they get close to a patient, that no bueno,
Yeah.
And an interesting thing was posed, and a little off topic, but just if you're the most skilled surgeon and your mother's on the table, but you can't work on them, but you're the most skilled, that's got to be, this show doing this has given me a lot of experiences I'm grateful for. Not the least of which is the ability to see things now from even different perspective, to watch shows that I had watched before and to say, you know what, with all of these brought together, I now have a different respect or insight or whatever of the struggles that authority people, I mean, they go through, doctors go through on a human level, not just on a working level, and that's difficult. So kudos to them for
Yeah.
all the work they've done in this.
Yeah, and kudos to you to be able to embody that and bring that to the screen and for us to share. I am
Thank you.
really, really excited to see more layers of Dr. Morgendale. So now that you've filmed a whole season or whole series from home virtually, can you just kind of tell me what that was like?
Well, I can tell you that I look back on season 1 and I go, oh my gosh, your acting needs work. Because I have not really taken classes. I call myself an intuitive actress.
Yes.
And so you're familiar with that. I mean, give
Yeah,
me
I
a cold
am.
read. Give me a cold read once, I'm done. I don't want to read it to death.
Yeah.
And everyone's different. And I didn't even know that term until I was researching about Greta Garbo. And I guess that's what she was. And I'm like, oh, there's a name to it. Not that I'm comparing myself to her as far as levels, but just looking back, I think it's helped a lot because it stretched my creativity. I think one of the most difficult things being an actress, whether you're on set or especially by yourself, standing stiff. What do you do with your hands? What do you? So I had to learn. It's hard enough when someone's there, right? You watch on TV, you're like, he's not moving very well. He looks really stiff. You pick up on those things. So I learned to incorporate a coffee cup, to incorporate, something. And that helped a lot. So and I see that too with the actress who plays Cassie. I mean, everyone is great. Everyone's phenomenal. I'm just picking her specifically because I watched season 1 again, and I'm like, wow, she is really good. And I think that I'm not as focused on my performance the first season. Now I'm looking at everybody's, and so I can look at it and go, wow, and really appreciate it. So it's in that aspect it's helped.
Yeah, that's a good point. So being able to, you can watch your videos back, you can watch your takes back,
Yeah.
and critique yourself, but try not to over critique. Because I was talking to other talent that sometimes the negative of working from home is that you can do so many takes, take after take, and delete, and you're being overly critical. But
Right.
at the same time, it's a blessing because you actually can really sit with yourself and look at and notice the things that you need to work on. So that is understandable. Most people, as far as the least thing they liked about working from home is not being able to be in the same room with your co-star, with your co-actor, and try to get that natural chemistry. So how were you able to connect, with your co-stars? Excuse me.
Oh, bless you.
Thank you. How were you able to connect, with your co-stars and try to develop that rapport and chemistry? What did you guys do? Did you FaceTime? Did you guys text? How did that work?
Okay, so to be completely honest with you, my bad. I'm not as familiar with my co-stars as I'd like to be.
Okay.
We haven't had a lot of the enmeshing. I mean, Lucretia I've spoken with, and Edmund, the person who plays that. Usually, I'll tell you I think the very last episode of the first season, I called them both, and we ran lines off of each other. And we do have the rehearsal lines, but it's different when you're actually recording. Mm-hmm. So that's the only time I did that. Otherwise, I grew up an only child. Okay. So I'm perfectly fine with imagining people, you know, it's different. I don't, maybe it's not different. I don't know. I haven't spoken to an actress who has a sibling. Are you an only child by any chance? Or?
I'm not.
Okay.
But I understand. My
Yeah,
best friend is.
it's just, we've had those conversations. Not like we're, well, maybe we're a bit crazy, but it's a good crazy. We've had conversations in our head. And so it's not like I see someone there, but I think that makes it so much easier for me to have the reactions I do. Just again, it's the stiffness that's a little difficult.
And where are you in the world? Where are you?
Where am I in the world? I am in near the Woodlands, Texas, so it's outside of Houston, but I'm here via Minneapolis. I moved here like 3 years ago, so
wonderful, wonderful. So you are here in Texas. That's
I'm
awesome.
here. I am.
That's what's up. So, other than your character, who is absolutely amazing, do you have a favorite character and why? Who's your favorite character?
I like Colby's character just because he's so animated. I love watching him, you know. And there's also a new little girl that I just think is just so talented, and I love to see that in children. I've taught children's classes before, and just that innocence. Personally, I think you're born with the talent. I think it can be developed. I don't think that, and I'm not an accountant. I wasn't born with accounting genes, so it's not a slam on anyone. But to see that in someone, you know, you can't take someone who doesn't have innate ability and develop on that. You can't teach it, I don't think. So I love seeing when someone has it that young.
Yeah,
she's
absolutely amazing. I'm just blown away, you know, by the amount of talent that you know, we have here in this web series. Just amazing. So, you know, in the previous interview, I was asking questions, you know, about the pandemic and how many of us have turned the pandemic into a time of self-reflection or expression. Is there anything that you can think of positive that changed in you during the pandemic? Did you start acting again? Did you do commercials? Did you just go for it? So just tell me what was a positive outcome in regards to your creative endeavors during the pandemic?
Well, I had already been working from home, so that wasn't a big change. But adding the acting element to it, I actually got back into the acting in February, and so that with the COVID happening, that opened that up. And I say that as creatives, we either sink or swam, because there's a lot of creatives out there that choose to say, nope, we're going to wait. We're going to wait till the studio's open. We're going to wait for this, that, and the other. And yet then there's another group of us that said, we got to do what we can. We got to make this work. And so kudos again to the production team for putting this together, because if I'm not mistaken, we are the very first group to say, we're going to do self-taping at home. We're not going to have actors and actresses to model off or to play off of. So I think that just reminding myself how much this is my fuel. This is what, you know, fuels me, my passion, whether I'm doing it never did it for money. I did it because I love to do it. And if I didn't do it, I'd die, you know. So that I think is the best thing that came out of this. But I'm a little tired of the COVID. You know, it's a little more like nerve-wracking now. It's a little more, I'm noticing that I'm much more anxious about like the state of affairs, where last year when I was recording, it was like, oh, well, you know, now it's like, oh my God, is this going to end? So if that makes any sense, hopefully it does.
That, you know, that's exciting. That's so good to know. So what's next for Monique Swanson? If you want to let us know what you have coming up next, and not, we're definitely looking forward to seeing you, you know, in the upcoming seasons of Sea Blues.
Right. Well, thank you. I have a thing. I'm filming a feature film in Dallas in July.
Okay.
And then I've got a couple of callbacks on a couple of other projects. One's a web series that I'm really, really excited about. I'm hoping I get the callback on that. But I've learned that if I don't, it's okay, because the way that I interpreted the character, if it's not the way they interpreted it, then it wasn't for me anyway. So we'll see how that one goes. And there's one more. So, you know, that's pretty much it.
Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Monique. And ladies and gentlemen, you can follow Monique on Instagram at the Monique Swanson.
Legalized stalk. I was going to say legalized stalking. Like, follow me, watch me, see where I'm going.
Legalized stalking, aka Instagram.
Exactly.
the amazing and talented Monique Swanson at the Monique Swanson on Instagram, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Another amazing interview under my belt today. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on day 2 of interviews from the cast and crew of Sea Blues. I am just so excited. Amazing talent, amazing, amazing. Another great interview. Monique Swanson plays the actress Dr. Morgandale on Sea Blues. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think we have another dynamic actress in the building. I think we have Alice Williams in the building. And I'm just, yes, Alice. Hi!
Hello. Hello. How you doing?
How are you? And welcome to the show, Alice Cookie.
Thank you, ma'am.
In the building. Where are you at in the world? Tell me, where are you?
I'm in Atlanta, Georgia right now.
ATL.
I just moved here from Tampa, from Florida.
Okay, so originally from Tampa, migrated to ATL.
Well, actually, I'm from New York City.
Oh,
and I've been all over this world at least twice. And this is where I wound up.
That's where you wound up. That's where you landed. So we got Alice in from ATL. So I just want to welcome you. My name is Shayna. I am a member of Ladies in Film and Television. I am going to be interviewing today. I am so excited to have you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
No
look,
problem.
I'm so excited for this interview. Let's get it, girl.
So let me scoop my chair up. So off the bat, tell me your character's name and a little bit about your character.
Okay, so I'm new, right? I'm one of the new people for season 2.
New kid on the block. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a new kid on the block. So my character's name is Janet. Okay. And I am the daughter of Hattie Mae.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right.
We got Hattie Mae.
My favorite character.
Wow. Oh, I'm excited. See, they only gave me a sneak peek, so I didn't even know Hattie Mae's daughter was. See, okay, I see the setup.
Yeah, so I, when I saw that Miss Jeanette had put out a casting call, I saw season 1, and I know Hattie, right? And I was like, oh man, I want to do that.
Yes.
She was so good.
God. I cannot wait. So you're in season 2 or season 3? Season 2.
Season 2. I am season 2.
Okay, okay. That is amazing. So other than acting, well, Alice, tell me a little bit about you, your background, how long you've been acting, what are your endeavors, your future endeavors, what are your goals, what have you accomplished? Just let me know. What's up?
Okay. So first, I'm a mom of 2, right? Adult kids. My son is 28 and my daughter's 25. Okay. And she's in medical school. She's in her 4th year medical school. So I am so proud of her.
Congratulations.
Yes, right. So, okay. And I'm a veteran of both the Marine Corps and the Army.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you. You're very welcome. I've also been acting for actually about 15 years now, on and off. I took some time off to raise the kids and stuff like that. So now that they have their own lives, y'all don't have nothing to do. Nobody calls me. So I have to find something to do, with my time. Mm-hmm. And this is perfect. And although we had we still in a pandemic, but it was just so much easier to audition from home. Oh my gosh, I love that. Yeah,
I know that had to be amazing to be able to do that aspect of it, because I think that's the most nerve-wracking aspect is the audition process. So I think even me, like auditioning from home, it kind of takes away that layer, at least one layer of nervousness. I'm sure we all still get nervous, but I think that it kind of just takes the edge off.
Yes, it does. And of course you're your own worst critic, right? So, yes. And you want it to be perfect. So you can sit there and work till midnight to get that one line right the way you want it, right? That's perfect. So, I'm all for, I used to work from home anyway, as an IT project manager.
Okay.
So, staying at home is my thing. And when everyone was talking about, oh, let's do virtual this and that and the other, I was like, I'm in.
Yeah. Yeah. So with that being said, that was actually the next question. What was it like filming the series itself? What's it like, filming the whole thing from home? So we talked about filming the auditions from home, but was it any different from you filming your scenes as Janet, as your character?
No, not really, because I'm always online anyway, and I'll be on my TikTok. So, and you have that ring light, and you sitting there trying to do whatever TikTok you're doing. So I was all right with filming from home. It was just finding the right angle, for what you was trying to capture in the background, and to make sure everything was all right. But other than that, that was pretty cool too. So, and plus the whole aspect of self-taping and putting it all together. Oh, come on now. That's like next level stuff.
Yeah, it is. Tell me about it. So that's what I was going to ask you. So what was the thing you liked the least? I think I don't like the editing. I call in my daughter. When it's time to edit, I do all the shots. And these teenagers that's old tech savvy that can do anything, I'm like, Kayla, can you edit this? Because that part, no.
No, I didn't have any problems with the editing. I have the software, because I have my own business as well. I have, singthebling.tv. That's,
okay.
I co-own that.
Singthebling.tv?
Yes, sing the number 2 bling.tv.
Sing to bling TV. Okay, amazing.
Yes, so
check it out.
Yeah. Oh, please do. Listen, go out there. If you know how to sing, rap, or if you have like spoken word, it's a weekly contest.
Oh, okay. Say no more. I'll definitely check it out. Oh my goodness. So, as far as characters, so I know you have an amazing character. You're the daughter of Hattie Mae, who, obviously amazing. Who's your favorite character other than yourself? And tell me why.
Okay. Now I think my favorite character is actually a duo, right? Mm-hmm. And it's because of how they interact with each other. And that's Gertie and Hattie Mae, right?
Yes.
I love the chemistry that those two women have on, when they're interacting with each other.
Yes.
You can, even though they are states apart, you actually feel like they are right there going back and forth. And I was like, oh my gosh, they are geniuses, right?
Yes.
So those are my two favorite. I love them.
The organic chemistry, like you said, what I was talking about earlier, in the past, I used to think that you had to be, in the same room with the person to develop that organic chemistry. But it's not true. Look at Miss Hattie Mae and Gertie. Mm-hmm. They're thousands of miles apart, but there's a cohesive organic chemistry between those characters. So sometimes I think I know everything, like, because I have a theater background. I'm an actor too, but I'm all like, I need to be in the room and you feel the energy. No,
right.
Girl.
I want to feed off your energy, right? To make sure I'm doing it right.
Right. And it's like, no, it can still be done. Chemistry and energy can transcend,
Well, I think, and that's true, right? It's because when we have rehearsals, right? We'll have a rehearsal. And so you can feed off that energy. So when it's time for you to tape your scene, I already know how, my counterpart is what she's going to do, how she's going to look, and what she's going to say. So it's a little easier to just put yourself back into that. I can hear it. If I know I have a scene with someone, I can hear their lines in my head, because of the rehearsals. Right.
Wow. That's just amazing. So, earlier I was talking about people, talking to people about the pandemic, and wanted to hear, something positive that came out of it, and how it changed you, or like your self-expression as a creative. The pandemic gave me the courage to get back into broadcasting. For some, I had walked away from it. I didn't think I was good enough. Whatever the story was, I put interviewing and hosting in the back of my mind. And when I had an opportunity to sit with myself during the pandemic, it popped back to the forefront. and I took the initiative to give it another shot. And that's why I'm here with you today. So what I'm asking you is, during this pandemic, what did it inspire you to do? Did you get any courage? Did you start writing again? Did you start acting again? What positive outcome did you have during this pandemic?
Okay. So now going through last year, right? Mm-hmm. And, you know, at the beginning of the year, no one knew what was going to happen. All we know was that we had to stay in the house because it was something dangerous out there, killing lots of people, right?
Yes.
So at that point, see, I already worked from home. So, you know, and for 5 years, I've been in the house. So that part didn't bother me. It was the fact that we were losing so many people that we didn't have to lose. You know what I'm saying? Because our government wasn't on top of things, right? So that led me to believe, I was like, for one, I just did not want to work at my job anymore as a project manager. And it was a really good job from home. And I was like, you know what? I am done. I'm done with you guys, because life is short. You know, tomorrow is not promised to anyone. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, why am I doing something that I'm just happen to be good at and I really don't like doing? My kids are grown. I'm just taking care of me and my dog. You know what I'm saying? So I can pretty much do what I want. So I quit my job. That's the best thing I've done.
Wow. You know, say no more. And because that's something that I aspire to do. I ask God just to create an exit strategy for me. You know, out of corporate America, I still work, unfortunately, in corporate America. If I could do this full time, obviously I would.
Right.
But you were able to leave corporate and to continue to pursue your creative endeavors. You know, that is a blessing all in itself. To want to step out on faith and execute that's incredible.
You know, let me tell you something. Now you talking about it was incredible, honey. Everybody in my family was like, girl, are you going through midlife crisis? Why? Why would you leave this job? You working from home. You don't have to see anybody. They paying you all this money and you still crying?
Wow.
I was like, listen. You know, I mean, I can't even tell you how. All I know is that seeing all those people just die for no reason. Life is short. Life is too short.
Yeah, it gave, like I said, what do I have to lose? If I get up and I try one more time, what do I have to lose? Nothing. Life is too short. So yeah, I totally agree with you. And I'm going to ask you a little bit, you know, about season 2. What do you think the audience is going to take away? So I'm asking this question, like, what's the underlying theme? What's the energy? What are we going to take away? We're going to take away life is too short. Live life to the fullest. You know, what do you think the audience is going to take away from season 2 without giving it away?
Right. And, you know, let me tell you, when the premiere of Sea Blues hits on June 10th, I will pretty much be just as shocked as everyone else when we are watching it, right? Because I didn't get the whole season. I didn't get the script for the whole season. So I don't know what other people are doing.
Right.
All I know is what I'm doing and who I'm, interacting with. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know what they're going to, take from it. But I do know, judging from the finale, that, you just don't want to miss nothing. That's all I can say is I can't tell you what you're going to take away from it because I don't know what's going to happen.
Right. We never know. I love the element of surprise. I'm excited. Even they're keeping me in the dark. So when I get the information and I get ready to interview for the next season, it's fresh. It's because I don't know. I mean,
right.
I love surprises.
I don't want to know. I'm so excited. I'm waiting just like everybody else.
Right. I'm gonna roll with it. So, what's next? What's next for Miss Alice Williams? So you got season 2 under your belt in Sea Blues. You got any other projects? You want to tell us about your website, your company?
Yes,
what else?
Absolutely. Now, I did just complete 2 episodes of this pilot.
Okay.
That's going to be on one of the major networks. So, of course, hopefully it gets picked up.
Non-disclosure. Yep.
Right. So I hope it get picked up. Right. So I'm doing that. Also, I'm trying to get a featured role for Wakanda Forever to be like one of the delegates.
Oh my gosh.
Because they're casting for that now.
Okay.
You know, so I was like, okay, let me be up there. I'll be with this all day.
Hey.
Right.
Look, I got the band too.
Yes, girl. And let me tell you, those things are just popping. They on and popping. They look good on camera too. Let you know that.
Thank you. Yeah, I just started my lock journey. That's one other thing I started during the pandemic. I took my extensions out and locked my hair in in April of 2020. So I just had my 1 year lock anniversary. So I got little Bantu knots for the
Go ahead, girl, but they looking good. They match your little old pretty head.
Oh, this head ain't little, but
I need big hair.
I appreciate that. I appreciate you. Oh my
Okay, so but that I'm doing that, and also I'll be working full time on my business on my website.
Okay.
So like I said, it's the only thing out there. There's nothing like my site on the internet today, and it's a singing contest. You know, for people, you know when you go to those singing shows and you sing your heart out for 4 or 5 weeks and then you get cut, right?
Yeah.
And you don't get anything.
Right.
So with this contest, you know, all it is $10 for processing fee, and you can win up to $5,000.
Wow.
Yeah. So you just upload a 90-second video of you singing with music or a cappella.
Right. That's awesome. And that's Sing to Bling, right?
Sing2bling.tv.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that's www.sing, SING, the number 2, bling, TV.
.tv.
I'm sorry. So that's www.sing, SING, the number 2, bling.tv.
Yes.
All right.
Well, yes. So I'll be working on that full time, and hopefully it'll get picked up. That's all we're trying to do, just get the word out. It's up and running now. Our first winner was from England.
Wow. So you went international the first try.
Yes. Yes, and he won. He was really good.
Oh my goodness. Absolutely amazing. So I'm excited to check it out. I mean, we're all women and men in many hats. I'm a poet. I'm like, I can do some spoken word. Okay.
Right?
So I can't.
I'm telling you, girl, going out there to that site. Stop playing.
I'm gonna stop playing, and I'm definitely gonna check it out. What an amazing interview! It was such a pleasure to interview you today, ladies and gentlemen. Miss Alice.
Thank you, ladies in film and television. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Another amazing interview, Miss Alice Williams. Going to be checking her out in season 2 of See Blue. She's going to be playing, which I didn't know. Y'all just going to keep me in the dark. I get all the surprises. She's Hattie Mae's daughter, you guys. So season 2 actress Alice Williams, who will be playing Hattie Mae's daughter. What another amazing interview. So we're going to move on to our next interview. We got a God thing on the show, ladies and gentlemen. We got a God thing, a God thing. I think I'm saying that right, but
Hey.
Hello, Miss Karen.
How are you?
A God thing. Is that right? Is that
yes.
Cumby? How do you pronounce your last name?
It's Karen, a God thing, Cumby.
Thank you. Karen, a God thing, Cumby. Gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha.
You got to say it right. You got to say a God thing.
A God
thing.
To the
side, a God thing. You know, a God thing. There you go. You got it.
I got it. A God thing.
You got it.
I got it.
How are you?
Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for joining me today. This has just been an amazing day. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. See, I'm probably gonna get emotional because I just happen to look. Now I know exactly who you are. You play the role. Well, I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna be quiet. This is another amazing interview. So before we even get started, where in the world are you?
I am in the beautiful sunny side of Cedar Hill, Texas.
Wonderful, beautiful, sunny side, Cedar Hill, Texas. What a pleasure to have you here today.
Thank you.
So, as I was about to give it away, I'll go ahead and let you introduce yourself as what character you play in Sea Blues.
So I am Tanya. Tanya in Sea Blues.
Wonderful.
So let me ask you, do you want to talk to Tanya or do you want to talk to a guy thing?
Ooh, Tanya gonna have me Tanya gonna have me in tears. So we gonna talk to a guy thing. But if Tanya want to come through, she can go ahead and come through. But my gosh, that's why I see now I want to go into your background, a God thing, because the emotion, the depth, said I ain't gonna do it, of Tanya. Like, okay, your background, like theatrical, tell me how long you've been acting, what schools did you go to? Because Tanya is a powerful character full of emotion, and it permeates through the screen. You know, you can feel her. How were you able to transform into Tanya?
Well, I can say this. My mommy, whom I lost 2 years ago, said I've been acting since I got here. But professionally, I didn't start acting until just a few years ago. And I actually took my daughter in for an audition. I was not there to audition. I took my daughter in for an audition. And Miss Greenwood, being who she is, seeing how she can see, she said, "Oh, I need you too." And I was like, "No, I was just bringing Kellison because I am the mother of the triple threat Kellison Cumby." And so I was like, "I'm just bringing her." And she says, "No, no, no. You got something and I want to see you." And it was her and I believe Davina was there and I believe Dr. Katrina was there. I'm not really sure. But she said, "Just read this, do this." And she was like, "Oh yeah, this is what we need, mother and daughter." So actually I was brought out of the Shy Place by Jeanette Greenwood.
Wait a minute. We gotta run that back. You took your daughter on an audition.
Yes.
Miss Jeanette Greenwood sees something in you with her gifts. We all know what her gifts are. And
Absolutely.
said, "No, we want you too. I see something
Yeah.
in you."
Yeah. And my daughter and I actually took the stage together in that first production, and we've been rolling ever since.
I'm speechless. So prior to this, your mom told you've had this gift in you,
Yes.
but you really you didn't. So you didn't do it. You didn't know. I'm speechless because I was not.
I just really didn't.
Like,
You know how it goes when you know you have something and you have heard that you have something, and it's like, I've heard all my life. When I speak, people listen. When I speak, people stop. When I show up, people pay attention. I've always had that thing. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't necessarily correlate that to acting or wanting to act or anything like that. But deep down inside, being honest with myself, I always wanted to be on TV. Always wanted to be on TV. Okay. So it's like the desire was always in me, but I didn't really focus on it. And when she told me that day, "No, I want to see what you can do." And I was like, "But I'm just here to bring her." And she said, "No, you're here." And I think she said, "You're here on purpose," or "You're supposed to be here." I can't remember the exact words, but I said like 2 or 3 words, and she was like, "That's it. You're who we want. You're who we were looking for." And we wanted a mother and daughter, and we got them. So she said, "I'm not looking any further." That's it.
Wow. So, with that being said, that's it. That is amazing. I'm still wrapping my brain around that because you're natural. It's just an authentic, relatable depth to your character and to your role. What an amazing story. And everything is on purpose. And so you were there on purpose because your character is absolutely dynamic. What was it like filming from home? Tell me about that. So, I would say being a new actress, but you've been acting, so we're not even going to call you a new actress. But what was it like filming virtually? Can you just tell us what that was like for you? How was your experience?
Well, I don't mean to sound cocky. Okay. So I'm just going to say this in a way that is just the truth. It's just my truth. because my daughter had gone through the training with Jeanette Greenwood, and because I had gone through the training with Jeanette Greenwood, and because she has a foresight, she trained us to do recording, self-recording, way before the pandemic ever showed up. So when it came to us filming, it was like, use what you already learned, and wherever you need help, just ask and we'll work on that. And there are some times that you have to film some things. It's challenging to get angles. So you may need help, or you have to get, more inquisitive about how to do this or how to do that. And she's always there on point. Her team is always on point. Everybody has always been very, very hands-on to make sure you get what you need. And so I was really comfortable, and I've always been comfortable with the camera, but I was really comfortable with shooting from home.
Wow. Another great experience. So with the training, see, that's how we know we're in good hands. Even before the pandemic started, Miss Jeanette Greenwood, who is also an acting coach, who is also the CEO of Ladies in Film and Television,
Yes.
for to let everyone know who's watching, she already taught her talent how to do what she's doing. So she was prepared. Even before the pandemic, you were blessed with the skills to handle the task at hand, which was to film an entire miniseries at home.
And you know what's crazy? This is the thing that's crazy to me. I mean, because she would say things and it's like, where's she getting this stuff from? You know what I'm saying? But I remember being in the room one time and I was like, I don't know if I can bring this character out because the person that I was doing the actual part with wasn't there. And she turned around and she was like, you always got somebody here. You just be the other person. Now, come on, let's do it. I'm like, okay. Wow. So it was those type of things that really made you look at the fact that I don't have an excuse. I can't say no. And if I can't do it right now, there is a way to get it done, but I have to just explore it.
Wow. So I'm not even going to ask you the next question because you're going to blow me away. What did you like the least about filming from home? Probably nothing, because you already knew how to do it. Yeah.
It was fun.
Absolutely. Other than yourself, because you definitely play such a dynamic character, can you tell me who your favorite character is and why?
I think it would have to be Tristan. And the reason being is because knowing him outside of the camera and seeing him bring who he brings, when the camera is on, it's like he really digs for that and he appreciates his role. And I can see that he appreciates his role, the way he delivers the character and the emotion that he has to deliver. I think I really, really am drawn to him, the roller coaster of emotion, but the way that he delivers is just so awesome.
Amazing. So a little bit more, about you and whatever you want to share with us as far as your background. We talked a little bit about how you've always had the desire to act. But if you want to tell us, a little bit more about you, that would be great.
Well, I can tell you that I am the wife of Larry Cumby, and we have 4 grown children. We have many grandchildren. I lost count. I'm like, okay, it's a lot of them. And then we have a 15-year-old, Kellison Cumby, of course, who's still at home. And I've earned my badge as a world traveler. So I love to travel. I love to sing and write and all of that. I'm just enjoying going deeper into my desire of acting. And I can tell you something. You were asked me earlier about how do you tap into the pain? And I'm actually writing a book. I'm getting ready to finish a book right now that deals with my past and the things that I've gone through as a person. And I can always tap into pain because I've lived through so much of it. And I think that's really the part that brings Tanya to life, because dark places, I know real familiar. I am very familiar with them. And I'm just grateful to God that he has not only delivered me from the dark places, but given me a freedom to tell about it now, because I didn't have that freedom for so long. And I'm not going to even say that it was bondage. I'm going to say that it was a place of not being willing to let God free me. And it's a scary place because whenever you have to walk into your full freedom, that means that you tell things that people never knew. That means that you tell things that you may have been ashamed of. That means that you release things that you don't even want to remember, but it's all to help someone else. So playing the role of Tanya helps me to deliver a message through ministry, because it's all ministry to me, all of it. And it helps me deliver a message of ministry that says, you know, this is what it is. And I want you to pay attention to what Tanya is, what she's doing, what she's going through. And really, if these are your problems, don't wait until something happens that you can't control. Reach for help, ask for help, seek help. Anyone can do it.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Amazing. So you said something that just, struck a curve, how you were able to transmute pain into a creative art form. You took life's obstacles and challenges and you created a character in her layer. So it's like watching that pain, transform and transmute into your art form. And I just find that to be so extraordinary for you to have that gift and to be able to do that. That is
Thank
absolutely
you.
amazing. And that is a gift. That is definitely a gift. Wow.
Thank
I
you.
wish you leave me with that. And I think about some of the difficult and painful times in my life.
Mhm.
Instead of harboring on that pain, it's like the message I'm getting from you. Take that and let that fill you and let that fuel your creativity, whether it's me doing poetry or acting or writing. I can take those experiences and give those a place, within a character.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. I think the thing that we do is we run from purpose because purpose hurts sometimes. And people will tell you that, oh, you just got to go out here and live your best self, be your best self, present your best self. But in order to be that best self, you have to deal with the ugly things. You have to deal with the hurtful things. You have to deal with the malice things. You have to deal with, the ungrateful things. You have to deal with the painful things. And a lot of times we don't want to deal with those things. We want the glory. We don't want all the details of the story. And it takes something to deliver who we truly are. And I thank God that now, through acting, through writing, through directing now, because I'm directing now, I'm able to live and be my authentic self. This is who I am. I am a helper one to another. This is who I was made to be. And I don't want to live one day and not help somebody. And I'm going to tell you something. I say something, and this is what I lead with all the time. I say, I pray that you guys are rested and in the mission fields, which is right outside of your homes. Remembering a man that's hungry does not need prayer alone. He needs something to eat. And we have to be purposeful and be intentional. And I'm just grateful to be on this platform.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. And you just another jewel. You hit the nail on the head. We are here to serve. We all have a purpose to serve humanity. And art form, our art form and all of our creative endeavors do serve a purpose. And we are sharing our stories. We're sharing our gifts. We're sharing our voice, with
Yes.
everyone here today and across the globe. Oh my gosh. Another dynamic interview. So what's next? What do you have going on next? I heard you say directing. So can
Yes.
we expect to see you again in another season? Of course, I already know the answer to that. But if you just have to tell us what you got going on next and what we can look forward to from A God Thing.
Okay, from Karen A God Thing Cumby, you can expect my new book drops in just another month, and that's Borrowed Vessels, where I'm writing with a few ladies. Okay, so it's an anthology book, and I'm writing with a few ladies in that book. And then I have my books that actually drop later in the year. I have one that will go live on Amazon July the 21st, and that's The Relationship I Didn't See That Coming. I have the rezoning book that's coming later this year, and I have I Miss You, which is a grief journal that's coming later this year. I'm also writing now. I have my first web series and YouTube series that's getting ready to drop, and that is the relationship conversations. These are conversations that nobody really wants to have. They're those hard conversations. So it's just stories, different stories that depict things that everybody tries to hush up, everybody tries to shun away, but it's bringing those things to the forefront. The other thing is, I'm a stroke survivor and also a brain tumor survivor. So in 2009, I had a stroke. I had to learn to walk, talk, everything all over again. And in 2014, I was going blind because I had a tumor that was pressing on my optic nerve. So I want to tell stories of recovery, miraculous things that happen to people. So that's another part of what I'm doing as well. That's all coming later in the year. And I'm also recording some new music because I sing. And my daughter's also recording new music. So that's to come too.
Okay, amazing. This has been such an enlightening interview, such an amazing interview. And I do believe we do have your Instagram and your Facebook. And I just waited for
Oh,
that.
thank you.
Bro, we have you. Ladies and gentlemen, please follow Karen, A God Thing Cumby, at A God Thing on Instagram. That's A God Thing. Let me say it right. THANG.
Oh, A God Thing.
Hey. And then we can also follow her on Facebook. It looks like it's facebook.com. She's A God Thing. Is that the right for Facebook? So we have Facebook, www.com/She's A God Thing. And that is on Facebook. Thank you so much for joining me today, Karen, A God Thing Cumby. It was a pleasure to speak with you and looking forward to seeing you again soon.
And don't you stop interviewing because you are amazing at it. Don't you stop.
Thank you.
Dive on into that thing. I was listening to all your interviews. You are really purposed in this. You really are. You are wonderful. You're beautiful and you got this. Don't you ever fall off again or you're going to see my face in your sleep.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. What a pleasure. Thank you. Woo! Another dynamic interview. Ladies and gentlemen, you know, I'm almost speechless, but for Shayna to be speechless is not very common. So much wisdom and intellect from this Karen, A God Thing. I got to make sure I say it right. Cumby. Oh my gosh, and she plays Tanya. What an amazing interview. We're almost at the end of day 2 of our interviews. My name is Shayna Stone, and I'm interviewing the cast and crew of Sea Blues. It looks like we have a writer in the building today. I believe we have Freedom Smith. Freedom Smith is a writer, and she's going to be joining us today to close out the evening. So, Freedom Smith, I'm so excited. Let me pull my chair up.
I like the little intro when it's like,
Thank you.
Like,
We got Freedom Smith in the building. What an honor and a pleasure. You know, this has just been amazing. So this is day 2 of interviews, and I've just been having the time of my life.
I can tell.
She said,
yes. It's just been like, and you know, here's the thing is that I'm just like, man, so just to be in the room with such phenomenal women. I was like, y'all gonna put me behind Karen, A God Thing? I'm like, I might as well just hang it on up. Here. I'm just like, I don't know what I could add. I mean, she kind of finished it out. She was just like, pow.
Yeah, like I said, I'm speechless, but you know, I'm excited to speak with you because writing is a passion of mine. So I'm really excited. So before we even get started, where in the world are you? Where are you?
I am in good old Dallas, Texas, 2.5 seconds from Sweet Georgia Brown, a couple of minutes from 45 and Loop 12. All right, you
sound like you by me. That's what's up. We'll have to talk later. I'm in Dallas too.
Where the sauce is. This is where the sauce is.
Hey, you know what? You got that right. So a writer. Let me pull up the bio here. Let's see what we have. You hold many titles, Freedom, and I'm gonna call them all out. Producer,
Mm-hmm.
actress,
Yeah.
director,
Yes.
writer,
Mm-hmm.
casting director, costume and wardrobe, production, management, sound, and crew. Okay. Is there anything you have not done as it pertains to production
Listen,
or entertainment?
when you're working with indie or small budget films, hey, you're holding the boom mic and you're saying lines at the same time. You better know that when it's those micro budgets or those guerrilla shooting, yes, you're gonna do pretty much everything. So when I came out of, I didn't go to a film school per se. I went to a mentoring school, a film mentoring school, and their thing was to jump in. So it was like, we need somebody to do it, and here you go. So I cut my teeth just doing any and everything. And it gave me an opportunity to kind of, because I didn't really know, I think when you go in, people just kind of look at behind the camera, the director. But sometimes you have to try some things on and see, something, I'm kind of good with this. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody that's in film, they share a love of film.
Mm-hmm.
And so, as you're finding your way, you're still in the process of doing a film. So you're having fun doing it,
Yeah, absolutely. So multifaceted. Now, on this particular project, which is Sea Blues, you hold the title as the writer.
Mm-hmm.
How was it writing with a writing team? So, from my understanding, there was a team of writers for the project.
Yeah.
So, can you tell me about that?
So it was a different beast. I welcome the challenge, because when you're writing your own thing, you're writing your own thing, right? It's your story, it's your baby. But when you come with a team of people, that's when that interdependent kind of, thinking, you're sharing, and you're having to, and there were amazing writers. And it was a different style. It's a different style when you're doing a series, and the drama and the stuff that's going on. You have to be able to catch that and be able to say, okay, well, I'm gonna add a little spice here, and I'm gonna add a little spice. So it was fun. I wanted to do. I wanted to do a lot more, but now Jeanette, now she's the truth. Jeanette, I need to put my hand. Whoa.
Right.
Bow down to the queen. Bow down to the queen. So, honey, I was like, I'm trying to go out there. Jeanette was like, girl. She was like, if you have to have a mentor, Jeanette is the most fabulous mentor. If you got to have a mentor, and she's just awesome. So it was really fun. The women were amazing. And, I just put in my little part, and I had a lot of fun.
Amazing. So, as most writers I know, they have these things that they do, some of them rituals. Is there anything, do you have to be near the lake? Do you go and take all of your papers and go sit under the tree, at the lake? What do you do? What is your process to get in the rhythm of writing? Is there anything do you have to light a candle and put on Mozart or Beethoven's symphony? What gets you in that mood for writing?
It generally is all the scripts that I have finished, okay, were scripts where I literally, something impressed upon me, and I was like, and before I knew it, I had to go sit down, write the treatment, like it was visually in my head, like. And so I had to write the treatment, and then was like, oh, and then at that point, kind of get into the, forcing myself, because if I can get there, because life gets you busy, but if I can just, once I get there, I'm literally visually seeing my people talking in front of me.
Wow.
So you know what I'm saying, and so it's kind of like, okay, but generally that's always been the, my first directing movie short that I did, literally I was at someone's house. It was a Trump supporter, and we were talking about politics, and like in 2.5 seconds, like 2 weeks, I had the script written. It just was like, somebody used to say a download. It just was like boom. and it was just there. So generally when I have a thought, I like to be able to just come in and just throw up on the page, just throw it up as I see it mentally, and then sort it out. And then it kind of evolves. I have a feature that was originally a short, and it evolved into a feature as I was working on it. And I was like, oh, this is taking a life of its own. So yeah.
I'm so glad you said that. Writing and taking a life of its own. So as
Mhm.
a aspiring writer, I hear that term, and I've even seen it within my own works where it literally has a pulse. It has a
Mhm.
heartbeat, and that mini series or short story or short film turns into a full feature, and it
Yeah.
just continues to expound and grow and grow and grow. And that's magical to me, how that happens. Now tell me, when it comes to writing, where do you draw inspiration as far as characters? Are you thinking about people you went to college with, your ex-boyfriend, your favorite teacher,
Hmm.
your least favorite teacher? How do you draw
I
where do
I
you get
I
that?
I think everything that I've written has like a small percent of either an experience, a question that I had,
Mm-hmm.
like, or maybe I have, like people, I'm an
Mm-hmm.
introvert, extrovert. And I
Yes.
feel like I get my energy when I go out and I meet people. And when you fall into things, you're like, that's a story. And your imagination kind of runs with it, like, man, that is a story. And I have lots of notes where I just write little. It hasn't impressed me into a story, but then I just write, little about something that may have, impressed me. What if this happened? What if she's walking down the street and this right here happened in this story? And so those are little notes that haven't evolved into a story, but I feel like, I may be looking at it and I'll be like, something, I think it's time. Somebody once said that your characters speak to you. You know what I'm saying? And they kind of tell you, when you can't write, is sometimes it's because you're not being honest. Sorry about my cat here. You're
Oh,
not being girl, she's a mess.
she's so cute.
She's a mess. Look, now don't get hold of this. Look, she see this hair. So if it starts scooting back, I'm be like, camera off, camera off, off, off. Be like right back.
She's like,
But
boop.
the character speaks, and sometimes what I have learned is that when I can't write about something, maybe what I'm trying to write is not actually beneficial to the character and it's trying to tell you, no. And so I've had where I've had to kind of revamp because I'm just thinking like, okay, so what are we saying? You know what I'm saying? Is it authentic to this character? Is it authentic to? So, I'm in my head a lot.
As a writer should be. So that totally makes sense. So you mentioned like writing down notes and jots. Do you use like your notes app, or are you still old school? Some people still physically write on paper. Like,
No,
how often do
no.
you incorporate paper, or are you all digital?
I'm all digital.
Okay.
I mean, unless I'm in the car and it's like, I think one that script was called I Love You. And I got the inspiration because a song was playing in the car. And so I did stop. And at that moment was trying to get pieces of paper to remember because I was like, wow. But generally I like to, whether it's my iPad or it's my desktop, I like to get there and just, as we say, throw up on the page, be
Right.
like, and just as whatever I see in my head, I just like to just go, whoop, 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 don't even worry about it. Wop, wop, wop. Figure it out later, decipher it. There's been things that I put together and then it kind of branched in and I used a little bit for one story, and then was like, hey, maybe let's add this right here. I think I like this, so yeah.
That's awesome. So I'm seeing the term. I've heard it before, but I don't know if everyone in the audience. The question is asking what was it like writing in a writing room? Was it easy, or what's a writing room?
Um, I like
Enjoy
writing.
writing.
So
Good.
I like writing. It was just different from, and like I said earlier, it was different. It wasn't scary, but it was different because it's a very fast paced,
Okay.
and you kind of have to, somebody wrote something in seasons 1 and 2. Now you're having this. Now the baby's in your hand. The handoff is on you, and you got to make it just as spicy. You got to look at the character, be able to read the character and say, okay, Tanya, she wouldn't do this right here. She would do this right here. Or, Gertie, something and be able to follow. So you definitely have to know your characters and be able to read and see what others have written and be able to flow, in that
Wow.
same vein. So you have to, if Gertie's over here cussing, she can't now be this way over here when you begin to write. It has to make sense. It has to flow. And I think that comes with, especially when you have a group of women who are so wanting to, like, just a team that just mesh together. I think there was no big eyes, no big whatever. Everybody just wanted to get the story out. They wanted to get the characters out, and that kind of lended itself to kind of like the story itself kind of netting together.
Wow. Every time, you speak, I think of things of synonyms or parables, but it reminds me of the handoff. So I ran track, right? So that means that handoff, when they pass you that baton, it has to be a seamless transition for that person to win or to get to the finish line. So I'm able to put that into a writing aspect. I'm like, oh, she's saying it has to be smooth, like the handoff when they pass the baton.
Yeah,
so that
exactly.
means that characters' personality traits and character traits must continue to be cohesive within that next phase of writing.
Yes, exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
Yeah. So,
it was fun. It was very
fun. So what did you like the most about writing with others?
It gave me an opportunity to not, it's being in a group. When you write on your own, it's your baby. You decide. You're the beginning and the end of it, right? But I liked the I keep saying independent, where you are, you take your small little gift and you branch it with others, and you make this wonderful piece of work. And so for me, the takeaway was being able to work with people. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you should always challenge yourself. As a writer, we can be very isolating, but I think sometimes you need to get out there. And there were just, there was amazing. I mean, honey, I was like, you be thinking like, yeah, I'm pretty good, bad. There was some writers that was like, ooh, I was like, honey, get your game up for real. They was writing. So it was just, it was inspiring. It was, again, I can't say it enough. It was super, super fun for me because, like I said, it gets me out of my own space, my own head space, and allows me the opportunity to work with other women and just kind of what you thinking? How you thinking? Okay, I saw what you did. I think I'm gonna add this little sauce. You saw that you put that sauce on there, but I'm gonna put this sauce on there too.
Wow. So it's like it encourages you. You like, okay, you got a little drip, you got a little sauce. Let me go and add my little sprinkles on top. So it's like you're able to bounce energetically. You guys, bounce off of each other. I think that's amazing. I've never been in the writing room. I would love to. Just be on the fly on the wall and maybe just record, behind the scenes of what that really is like. It sounds really, really, really interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if that happens on every writing room, but here, I mean, it was just fun. And I think because generally everybody was just wanting to do a good work and get out some good material, and everybody just was loving it. And, so I don't know if that's everywhere, but it was here.
So what's next for Freedom? What do you have coming up next that you can share with us?
I'm in a few projects that I have. I don't know if I can share, probably. So I'm on the side of caution and say I have a few projects.
Yeah, that's safe to say. So you got some projects under the belt. What aspect could you say? Writing, acting?
Assistant director.
AD, okay.
It'll be my first time. I'll be working with Arthur Muhammad.
Okay,
He's a
wonderful.
super duper good director. I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
So I was very humbled to be able to just glean from his wisdom. He's been doing it for a while. I do have my own project. I have a short. I feel like, when you think about because I do have a company, A Butterfly Productions. And so I was asking myself, what stories do you want to tell? And I think about, I want to tell the everyman story of Black people,
Yes.
the regular, not the this, but just the regular person, a regular Black family, the regular Black male, female, just regular, nothing, the awkward, from being the what is this, socially awkward person to being the scientist who's the genius that lives in the hood. Come on, you know what I'm saying? To just just the everyman Black person, the
Yeah.
Black everyman, if I can say that.
Yes. That is
So
amazing. Absolutely amazing. So, and ladies and gentlemen, to follow Freedom on Instagram, you can check her out at butterfly_productions. Well, once again, that's butterfly with an I underscore productions. And I just want to say your name, Freedom, is so fitting. Your parents, were onto something because there's so much freedom in writing. You can create
yes.
a plethora of things because words become thoughts become things, as people say, and then you put those thoughts on
Manifesting.
paper,
Yeah.
and it's manifesting. And I'm like, wow, her name is Freedom and she's a writer. That's amazing because it writing is a freeing thing.
It is very I've been working the book, and it's been, but I feel like every time I start on it, get to a couple of chapters, then I have to have like a woosah moment for myself, because it's dealing on childhood trauma.
Okay.
And unpacking. I do have my podcast is coming out soon called
Okay, so podcast. Let's add
The
that.
Unpack
Yeah.
Freedom, which basically kind of chronicles the journey of just my journey at this age, and how when we think about, when you come from a traumatic child situation, and you've experienced a lot of childhood trauma, the world is not patient with you. They'll say, oh yeah, but they want you to get out and move right along and be successful and all these things, and so you acclimate, or you try to, what I'm saying, get that, kind of, and sometimes you do. Some people are very functional, but there are still residual things that sometimes at some points in your life you realize, oh, I still have this little residual thing left from my past that I need to deal with. So it's just speaking on those things, PTSD and all those good things. So,
That's all very important, So thank you so much, for joining me today. You are another dynamic. I keep saying this time after time. The ladies and the gentlemen, and ladies in film and television, but I'm saying I'm including the men too, are so multifaceted, are so creative. It was just a pleasure as an aspiring
well,
writer.
you're amazing too now.
Thank
Listen,
you.
you've been holding it down. I was like, how she gonna say, got enough honey? You better, what? She is a reporter. She is a broadcast. What's she talking about?
Thank you.
Damn.
I
Damn.
received that. When maybe next time I'll go into depth when I have the time to explain, my journey and how it's a blessing to be sitting right here and doing what I'm doing. This is obviously my passion. I just, as you discussed, I've had some childhood traumas and other traumas that circumvented me, or kind of, now I'm back on course.
Yes.
So
yes.
you definitely hit the nail on the head, dealing with things like post-traumatic stress, and which I'll go into another time, another episode.
Listen.
But I just want to say thank you, because you left me with some valuable information. I'm looking forward to seeing what you have, the endeavors that you were able to discuss a little bit. I'm looking forward to see those come into fruition. I'm looking forward to interviewing you again. So, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Freedom Smith, thank you so much. That concludes our interviews for day 2 Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Shayna Stone with Ladies in Film and Television, and we just completed another successful night of interviews with the cast and crew from Corona Blues. Thanks for watching.